Thanks for staying with us. Thank you. It's a Friday. It's a new day. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, have the ladies with me. Hey, it's a reality show. Good to have you, Mariam. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Yesterday, I was invited for a reception
Ah.
I was invited by the British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos and me and a few other environmentalists. It was a photo exhibition on, the wetlands in our country and especially the Lagos area to highlight their beauty and their value. So it was nice. Met a few other environmentalists and friends of the environment. We, it was good, mingling.
Lovely conversation. You've got to the point where you've been noticed enough to be invited. So now you're going to be that community and you got to flourish in that community.
I'm looking like, oh, we know you.
Oh,
culture books for
yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well done. That's so good to know. How are you doing, Tokwe?
I'm very good. Grateful to God. So today, there's a business sustainability conference by Dr. Lumide Emmanuel. I totally forgot about it until my friends coming this morning that, why are you not here for registration? I said, is it today? Like, I had paid like 2 months ago. So I'm looking forward to, I love hearing the founder of Slots and Tara. There are people that have built businesses over 20 years, around 20 years in Nigeria, and have survived the landscape of doing business in Nigeria, and they've done this legitimately. So it's always good to hear what they are doing, how they did it, and draw lessons from them. So that's what I'm doing today, and I don't know what the weekend holds, but I know it's positive.
How you doing, BC?
Mariam.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. I'm going to be on set today and tomorrow. Movie is a short film. Dami, I was invited to come and play presenter. Just a small role, but they said there are no small roles.
Yeah.
They're only small actors. So I'm going to kill that role so that next time when they have a big role, they will call me. So I'm going to be doing that this weekend. Then on Saturday evening, I hope I get back on time. I have to get back on time because I have my care mentorship class. We have started. Yay. This is going to be the second week. We're about 14 participants in class, and I'm really excited that people are already on the wait list for the one happening in January. And also tomorrow is first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, the self-esteem and confidence boost challenge is a newsletter, so it's not like I'm going to be teaching. So you input your emails, and every day you get a newsletter that would give you a tip on how you can further boost your self-esteem and confidence for 30 days.
Those boosters are always very important.
Yeah,
I know
so read and apply, not just read, but apply what you have read. Yeah, that's when you see the results.
I think it was from Topway that some years back when she was talking about self-affirmations are important, and she was saying that just casually, that she writes it around and things. I've heard of this, I've heard it before, I never really did it, but when she now said it, like she was doing it, like, someone that I know that is cuckoo doing it, let me cuckoo try and also try to do it. So, let me just try and
cuckoo do it.
Nigerian English now, cuckoo doing it. When you hear this thing, it's always in the air, but when you know somebody doing it, and you take a step back, you're like, okay, it's working.
Does this work?
Let me try to manage, let me just I have a lamentation, please, since I have 1 more minute. Lamentation. I got a call this morning from a resident of Ifako, Bagada. Their roads are really bad. So I know I had complained once, and I think I spoke to the commissioner in charge, and he said that they've given a contractor who's already working on that road, on the Dia Street, and they've done it all the way to Deeper Life. From Deeper Life all the way inside Ifako, it's horrible. And that's very unlike a state in Lagos State. You mean the road? I mean, I experienced it last weekend. I was there, and I had to go take the express and go back behind. Like it was unnecessary to do that. This is a neighborhood road, inner road. I'm not sure who's in charge. Is it the local government? Is it the state government? We don't know who's in charge of that road, but we're asking government to please help us see to the Ifako Bagada road between Dia Street and the Ifako bus stop needs urgent attention, please. I don't lament, but this one,
it pain you.
It pain me, it pinch me.
Sorry.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll got the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Scandal rocks PDP National Working Committee as members return the 122.4 million naira. Lawan surrenders to court ruling. Oh, how nice. Lagos suspends RTAN ESCOs. No rift over APC campaign, council says spokesman. 2023, Buhari Abdulsalami worried over spread of fake news. Developing countries facing currency depreciation. Makinde or Tom inaugurated 110-kilometer road. Supreme Court upholds Adeleke's nomination, and 62 lawyers are now SANs. Okay.
Major headlines.
Go ahead.
So they said barely 24 hours after launching their campaign, there was a lot of crisis in the PDP, that's the People's Democratic Party. And that escalated yesterday because they said some members of the National Working Committee returned 122.4 million rent stipends paid into their accounts. They said some members alleged that they got the strange alert after they joined issues with the party on the whereabouts of over 10 billion realized as the nomination fees after the party's primary. So the 10 billion was said to have depleted to 1 billion, and they could not explain in the circumstances that it happened. So Nation had taken the news, I think on Monday, that 28 million was paid to members of this working committee each. And because they raised, an alarm that this 10 billion, we don't know where it is. So it was more like to shut them up, so to speak. So I want to mention the names of the people who returned their money. The National Chairman, South Ambassador Taufik Arabaja, 36 million. National Vice Chairman, Southwest Olusoji, 28 million. National Woman Leader, Professor Stella Efa Ato, 28 million. National Chairman, South Chief Dan Obi, 28 million. And there were also indications that the people who returned are those people who were part of, Wike's cohort. So they are the ones that returned that. They are still expecting members from the Southeast and Southwest likely to return their own money. PDP in quick response said, no, we did not bribe anybody. This money that they return is the rent that we gave them. They are supposed to have their rent allowance, and we paid it to them. And if they return money, it does not mean that it's corrupt money that they are returning. And I'm wondering, why are we doing rents now that we are doing elections?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, so at the event, the first National Peace Accord initiated by the National Peace Committee yesterday, we know that the leaders of the parties and their flag bearers were there to sign it. So at that event, our president and the former president Goodluck Jonathan expressed worry over what they described as increasing spread of fake news. So they say that development has been compounded by personal attacks, insults, and incitement by what was described as political gladiators and parties. So the former president Jonathan and our present president was just saying that we should make campaign issue-based. The election should be about the issues and leave all this mud-slinging aside and calling people names. And INEC also reiterated that, and there were so many other stakeholders, and that, I guess, is the message for this year, especially because social media plays such a huge role in our modern times, and a lot of people we put in uninformed, misinformed, outdated, deliberately mischievous fake news. We need to be careful.
Okay, let me take the story on the Supreme Court's upholding the Adeleke's nomination for Osun governorship poll. If you recall, one of his colleagues from PDP, Oyedotun Babayemi, had filed a report that filed to the court saying that he should have been the rightful candidate of the PDP. The case went to the appeal court and then now to the Supreme Court, where Justice Oji ruled that since the appellant filed his notice of appeal out of time, she ruled based on the fact that she didn't have jurisdiction, so she threw out the case. So I don't know what next for the case, but I think for now, the issue of either if it was him or Adeleke that was supposed to be PDP candidate in the governorship elections, it's clear that the Supreme Court has ruled that Adeleke was rightfully the one to be candidate.
Another court's ruling that the senator has now said is going to uphold Senate President Lawan Mohammed Lawan has said, promised that he will not be contesting the result, the judgment from the Federal High Court in Damaturu, Oyo State, said that even though he had served 23 years in the National Assembly legislature, and he is happy with his candidate, we remember the complication. He wanted to become the president, and so he didn't go ahead to recontest as a senator, and he was trying to see if that could be changed. And right now, he wouldn't be recontesting in the next election, and he's congratulated everybody and said he has taken this judgment. And I think we should have that this should be the spirit going forward. If you lose with dignity and move on.
Moving on quickly to the Punch APC presidential campaign, Tinubu to pacify Adamu, governors with 2,000 appointments. Tinubu upset, Atiku others signed peace pact. Buhari demands non-violent polls. Two feared dead in RTN clash. Sanwo-Olu suspends union. Adeleke wins at the Supreme Court. Hometown PDP celebrate. 3 EFCC lawmakers, 59 others make SAN list. Reps raise the alarm over possible Ebola outbreak. Economists forecast Naira slide inflation as campaigns begin. PDP National Working Committee members write ASUU reject housing allowance. Okay,
so the governor of Lagos State has ordered the suspension of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, that's the RTE, and this is because of the clash that happened where 2 people have been feared killed and so many people injured. According to eyewitnesses, there's a particular eyewitness, Yunus Ajami, who said 2 factions fought dirty early in the morning around 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And the reason for the clash was who would control the park, after the present chairman leaves because his tenure is almost over. And so it led to fighting, shooting, people said, according to eyewitnesses, they say that many people were shot. Some claim that there were more people than 2 that died. Someone also said that he heard that his elder brother's son, his nephew, was hit by a stray bullet on his way to work. So, that's why the Lagos State got involved quickly. They've suspended them. There's a committee that has been set up who would run the affairs of the association until this is sorted out. I mean, can you imagine that this is what we resort to?
So, should I go ahead?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the House of Representatives have raised the alarm over the possibility of the Ebola virus disease returning to Nigeria, and they are urging the federal government to immediately activate preventive measures. So they, adopted a motion by lawmaker Dachung Bogos, and he warned that the virus might spread to Nigeria as other African countries have been recording high cases of Ebola. We remember that September 20, the Ugandan Health Service or health authorities mentioned that there was an outbreak of the Ebola virus, and it was caused by the Sudan virus, and they had to go through, they got the information from their laboratory, and it was about 3 weeks it started before they even detected it, meaning that it must have spread, and they are still finding it difficult to get all the people that have contacted. So our House of Reps is ordering and asking the NCDC and the Federal Ministry of Health to start implementing strategies to ensure that they monitor this, that they are able to observe, especially those people who are coming in from, red flag countries, observe them and ensure that, because right now the world is complaining that there is no vaccine ready for Ebola virus in case it breaks out.
Yes, I want to take the economists. The economists are forecasting further slide in the Naira. As of Wednesday, Naira exchanged for 735 Naira exchanged to $1. And that was the day they flagged off the elections. And based on what many economists are projecting, the election will bring in more dollars into the market, which might on one hand seem good, but it would lead to the further devaluation of the Naira, because people will be changing into Naira. And the challenge is, as at August, from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, they put inflation at 20% from 19%. That's the official rate. And they are forecasting that the government needs to carry out specific actions that will help combat the impact of inflation. What inflation simply means, the cost of living goes up. And I'm waiting for that specific action. What is it going to be? What will the finance minister do? Because we all know this is going to happen anyway.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on now to Daily Sun. Because still reviewing Daily Sun. Is there a story? Presidential candidates sign peace accord. 2023, our remove structures retarding Nigeria's progress, says Peter Obi. APC withdrawal of letter to Tinubu fears NWC rips NWC apart. PDP crisis takes new twist as 4 National Working Committee members refund 122.4 million naira. We took that story. ANEC threatens parties with fresh sanctions over hate speech and campaign funding. NECO releases 2022 SSC internal results, records 70% pass in maths. And telcos threaten to withdraw USSD services from banks. Okay.
So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, had an interview with newsmen yesterday after his visit to Ibadan, Oyo State, to meet with the governor, Seyi Makinde. And then they asked him questions concerning how he plans to rejig Nigeria, how he plans to run against the 2 strong political structures, the 2 political parties. And he went ahead to say that it's the structures that has led us to where we are today, because it's a structure of criminality. It's a structure that will not allow us to generate the power that we need. It's a structure that has brought massive corruption, and is there to upturn that structure so that Nigerians can have a country worthy of. And he says that the structure is what has allowed a lot of corruption. There's a lot of money sharing, and we should be asking questions. Where are these monies coming from? What jobs are they doing? Who are they empowering that they are able to make the money that they are sharing? And they are sharing the money that is meant to go into education, the money that is meant to go into electricity, the money that is meant to better the lives of Nigerians. And he is going to stop all of that sharing when he gets into power. And he went ahead to ask Nigerians not to vote him because he's an Igbo person, not to vote him because he's a Christian, that he's going to be an Igbo president, he's going to be a president of Nigeria. So when you are voting, you should vote your conscience and vote for competence, someone you believe that can, help bring Nigeria to the best place.
Yeah, so NECO, that's the National Examination Council, yesterday said that over 70% of the candidates who sat for SSC made credit in maths and English. He said that these results were adjudged by many stakeholders and has been termed really successful in recent years. I think well done to our Nigerian students. I think that the success must have come, especially behind those who suffered the lockdown and the online schooling. They have had the time to sort of, prepare better. Anyways, alongside this positive story is that 29 examination officers were blacklisted for various offenses ranging from poor supervision, insults, aiding and abetting during the examination, and 4 schools have been recommended for derecognition for 2 years due to their involvement in mass cheating. Wow. That's like a whole school, cheating. And then even with the 70% success rate, we still had a number of candidates involved in various forms of malpractice, and the number came to about over 13,000, So they just gave us a few more details. I guess we'll find out.
Okay, let me take the telcos, because the Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operators, as the chairman was saying, Benga Adebayo was saying, that the banks are owing them about 80 billion naira. And what that money is from, according to the report, is that the USSD code that we use is initiated by the telcos. Okay. So there's a way that you can transact without using the internet. So the banks are supposed to get a percentage, deduct a certain fee from you per transaction. And they're supposed to remit to the telco, but they haven't remitted. So they're owing the banks, they're owing the telcos about 80 billion. They're threatening to withdraw their operations from this. And I know if people had complained recently that they were having issues with their USSD recently. This is the reason. Many of them are saying that the banks are not remitting to them, and they need them. They might have to shut down that service.
But the bank should remit now. How do you get into an
agreement per transaction,
and then you keep the money?
Well, we hear from the bank and see what they owe. Vanguard 2023, if you're in APC over campaign team list. Peace Accord. Buhari Abdulsalami, Jonathan, demand issue-based campaigns. Reps raise alarm over Ebola threat in Nigeria. NECO 60.7% pass with credit in math English. Fury in APC over campaign team list. Strike, reps broker peace between FG and ASUU. Osun Supreme Court affirms Adeleke as PDP candidate. And Apapa Oshodi Expressway, labor business owners, commuters decry low pace of construction work. Okay, which story are we starting with?
We can do ASUU. So the leadership of the House of Representatives yesterday brokered a meeting between ASUU, that's the Academic Staff Union of Universities, and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. This came after 3 weeks of deliberations with the union and the relevant government agencies to resolve some of the issues that has caused this 7 months strike. So Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, led the principal officers to the meeting and inquired from the Accountant General if the university payment systems could be evaluated. But the General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, that's NIDA, Kashifu Inuwa, said all the 3 payment systems have failed the integrity test. They have subjected them to the test and they have failed woefully. And they are looking towards, updating them to resolve some of the issues that ASUU is having, saying that the problem with having another system, maybe ASUU adopting UTAS, is that other organizations will want to adopt their own different system. Right. That every issue IPPS is having, they can resolve it. The police is under IPPS, the civil service is under IPPS, and they can resolve those issues. So they need to sit down with ASUU and highlight the issues they have with IPPS and see how they can modify it. But to have different payment platforms will be costing us much more money, and we cannot afford to do that right now. Okay. So the deliberations are still ongoing. Let's hope they will finish. See, what Nigerians want to know is that when are these our children, our students, going back to school?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So I wanted to tell the story of Governor Utom of Benin. Thursday yesterday visited his counterpart in Oyo State, that's Governor Seyi Makinde, to inaugurate the South Road. So it's started being a project that started since officially under former Governor Rashid Ladoja. And he was present, Senator Rashid Ladoja was present to talk about the issue, saying that his administration had thought of this amazing idea. And the current Governor Makinde gave credit to Senator Rashid Ladoja that this project was an amazing one. The plan, when he saw the plan, he said this has to be executed. Now, when Senator Rashid Ladoja was giving his own part of the story, he said they had earmarked the funds for this project, did the design, and subsequent administration diverted the funds for other projects, and is really happy that when current Governor Seyi Makinde came into power, he went through the books to see, okay, what are the pending projects, and is finishing them off one by one. So they've done a part of the project, and they are, that was the one they were flagging off yesterday, and that they are going to continue the project, and he's hoping that they will pull it off on within this administration. I think it's important that we have so many pending projects in this country. If we can just finish, we'll see more developments around.
Okay. Yes.
Go ahead.
And I've got 1st of October, as we know, it's tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Anyway, the Labour Party is saying that they're still going ahead with their rally, which is supposed to hold in various parts of Lagos. They had been in court because the thing was they were not allowed to hold their rally at the Lekki toll gate. So the representative here, the governorship candidate for the party, at a press conference just to give people information, said that they are allowed to go on with the rally, but they cannot do it at the toll gate. That's just the...
So I have to say this story because Nima is not around. So commuters, the various unions within that area of the Apapa Oshodi Expressway are complaining that the construction done by high tech company, which is the contractor doing it, is now their work they're doing on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway has worsened the traffic situation and exposed road users to dangers and exposed them to armed robbers on that road. And their work there has also been compounded by the work Lagos State government is doing at the second rainbow by Festac Link Road, which has now worsened it. According to the story, the report is saying that high-tech construction must be alerted, that they must expedite work they're doing. So the Lagos State government had responded saying that we're not the ones in charge, it's the Ministry of Works. So they should speak to the PRO of the Ministry of Works from Abuja. They are the ones that can address issues. So we are appealing on behalf of those in that area that we have two federal government and Lagos State working at the same time, and that's what Nima is always complaining about. The traffic has been, the congestion there has been so terrible that causing commuters to
so much heartache,
causing them heartache and susceptible to robbery, attack, and danger. So I think government should try to see what they need to do to expedite work on that corridor. That is all we can take on front page review. When we come back, we'll bring in our first guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. So today on the show, we have a gospel singer, songwriter, public speaker, Pastor Wale Adenuga. He'll be discussing the Green Worship 5.0 that is coming up soon. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
So we know about this charity concert you've done over the years. I mean, I've attended one many years ago. It's been such an awesome experience. So tell us about the concert this year.
Thanks so much. Good to be here, ladies. So this concert is a benefit concert, like you said, and we're actually having it to benefit 5 different charities. We have AIM Special Children's Center in Kaduna. We also have Rector Foundation in Ozobolu in Anambra State.
I love that.
Pale Souls Learning Foundation in Lagos. They take care of autistic children. Then Let Cerebral Palsy Kids Learning Foundation, actually headed by Tobila Bajai. She actually lives with cerebral palsy herself. And then Leprosy Mission Nigeria. The concert is free, and donations are going to be taken. And we basically turn over all the donations to the charity. Nobody gets paid in our organization.
Wow, that's amazing. So what inspired you selecting foundations that are dealing with special needs?
Well, that's actually our focus. The focus of the what we do at Watch for Change, we focus on orphans and children with special needs.
Interesting. How long has this been ongoing?
2006. Since 2006, yes.
Have there been benefits of this concert? So maybe people what have you done for them? Would you just give them money, throw money at them and just move on? Or do you actually get involved in helping the specific children or just the foundation?
No, absolutely. So one of the things we do is when we give you money, and it's not even all times that we give money. Sometimes, I remember there's a particular charity in Aja, Arrows of God Orphanage. We got them a 60 kVA generator. That was years ago.
Okay.
So when we give you the money, we expect you to give us a report in 3 months on how that money was spent.
Okay. Oh, good.
So, for instance, if you look at what happened last year, there is a Farid Center in Mina. They got 1.8 billion naira. Now, because they take care of children with different forms of disabilities, they put together, in order to put together a sustainable project, they started a shoemaking factory for kids who are not able to learn, formally. So they did that. So there are different things the different centers do, and we are able to track those things that they do. Yes.
What would you like to see? What kind of response would you like to receive? Could you tell Nigerians?
Yeah, so we're expecting, our goal this year is to actually to raise about 75 million naira, right, for the 5 different charities we're helping. And I think one different thing we're doing this year is that we're not just focusing on events, right? We're actually making the month of October, we want to push and all through the month of October. And we're getting a couple of social media influencers who are actually putting their voice and helping to help us.
So when exactly is the event, and can somebody donate without coming to the event?
Absolutely. So the event is on Monday, which is a public holiday, October 3rd, at Elevation Church.
Island or mainland?
Island. Lekki.
There are 2.
Yeah, I know. There are more than 2. There's the Korean. Yeah, so Lekki, like I said, it's free. And you can donate. If you just go to worshipforchange.org/donate, you will see what we've done over the years, the impacts, and then you can...
I like the spread that you try of the various foundations. That you don't just put it on Lagos, Port Harcourt. I like the fact that you went to Mina, Kaduna, Anambra. That's a good thing. What are we expecting at the concert? What are the names we're expecting?
Right, so we have about 14 artists. I hope I can remember everyone. So the way it works, it looks like a big number, and the event is going to be less than 3 hours, actually. So we have Nathaniel Bassi, Dunsi, Moses Bliss, Pan and Percy Paul. We have a foreign guest, Bob Fitz. Salmos, King James.
So what's going to be the highlight of this particular concert for people who are looking? Should I go? Should I not?
Yeah, so come. If you can watch online because it's a hybrid event, right? So just go to you can actually follow our handles at Green Worship, and you can watch on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube.
Yeah. Just wait on. Go ahead.
Yeah, what spurred this? I know you used to pastor church, you moved on, and then you launched this project. What exactly? What made you do this? What inspired this?
So I'll tell you, sometime in 2006. I honestly don't remember where it was, but I had this question, and it was like I felt God asking me, so okay, so you have a level of fame, as it were. So what do you want? Do you want more fame for yourself, or do you want to leverage on the fame you have to make a difference in the lives of other people? And yeah, so I answered the latter.
Yeah.
And that's how we started. And I remember the first benefit concert we had in our church. I think maybe like 2004. We had a concert for a child who had a hole in the heart, and we raised maybe 60,000 so that the child could go to India, to have an operation. That's how we started, really. I mean, the artists come in, all my friends, Nathaniel and Co. They come in. Nobody's charging anything.
Wow.
They do it for free.
Oh my goodness.
They do it for free because the church venues are free. Yeah, so.
Wow, interesting. So people just donate out of the heart, because
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the highest you've gotten?
I think it was last year, and that was because it was virtual. I think we raised about 8 million last year.
Virtual?
Yeah, it was virtual. Yeah, last year, because I mean, for the last 2 years it was virtual because of the pandemic.
Yeah. And still the response was huge and positive.
Yeah, I mean, it could be better, but sometimes
8 million to 75. That's
it's a great deal, and that's because of the strategy we're adopting this year,
which is
we're doing all month long.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they'll be performing every day?
No. I mean, we have the events, but every day of the month we're going to be pushing. We're going to be writing letters to churches, organizations to donate.
Oh, great. Okay, fantastic. Well done. I mean, congratulations on the Greenies 5.0. So this is the 5th one, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, so
but then we've had some other concerts since 2006 as well.
Okay, well done. Well
done, sir.
We just we celebrate the work you do because you're helping people, and I like the fact that it's spread out, and I like the fact that we actually monitor what they use the money for, which is important. Well done, and let us know how else we can support you.
I hope you guys will be there.
We'll try to be there. I mean, we'll follow your handle and see what else we can do to support. But
thank you so much. God bless.
Okay, that is all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll move on to other things. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV.
Thanks for staying with us. So this is one of our feel-good days, and there was a video yesterday that went viral that got Nigerians laughing, commending, and making mockery of the Nigerian army. And it was a video about some kind of a rehearsal they were having towards the October 1st celebrations, where the Nigerian army had some of their members jumping out of a parachute to the ground. And of course, there were people, a few people recorded it, posted it online, people commented on it, and people had different things to say. What are your thoughts on this? Because there are different angles, and because we are one of those that always try to say that we must respect our own and uphold our thing. How do we celebrate our thing? How do we uphold what belongs to us? How do we, or must we all condemn and support people in condemning? What are your thoughts on that video? That's really much what I want to ask. And let's hear your viewers' views on it. You can call us on 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. The video was hilarious. Let's get well, for me, it was hilarious. And it was hilarious more because of the commenting and the fact that people were screaming, yeah. So that was the funny part of it. Yeah. But if you now look at what they were actually trying to do, should we be laughing at our people?
I don't know. I think if you bring entertainment to us, we'll laugh now. See, life is very hard. Let me not just lie. Every opportunity to laugh, you just laugh and move on. It's not like you're taking it to heart. And it seemed really funny because it sort of reminded, when I saw that video, I remembered this comedy at some point where a native doctor will want to help you do just to disappear. And then you disappear and you land somewhere very ridiculous. You land on a tree, or you just land in a different part of, you can land on a roof and you just get injured and all that. So as I saw the parachute of the one that landed on the tree and people were screaming, I'm like, whoa. I was scared. I was scared for them because I feel that maybe they would have taken it to somewhere not in town. Yeah. Abuja is very big. There are lots of landscapes that don't have buildings and trees, and just take it somewhere different, totally spacious, to give room for this landing anyhow. Because even when you watch movies and you see people land on parachute, it's not neat. You just land. But doing it where we can see and then they are landing in ridiculous places, we will laugh. It's not like we are not patriotical, but we just laugh. It's entertaining.
Okay, so Mara, what are your thoughts, especially with the comedy part of it? Because what are your thoughts?
Now you say comedy, so that will now come across as being too serious, but there was not just comedy. There were some really mean comments that I saw, and I was not happy about Nigerians always jumping on criticizing anything that we do. I think the problem is that we watch too much Hollywood. Ew. Have you seen the Americans themselves when they are training? Have you gone to their training ground to see the mistakes that they make? And because you saw Nigerians training, rehearsing. If this had happened on the 1st of October, on the day they were supposed to do it, and you're criticizing them, I understand. But you saw them while they were rehearsing. Is rehearsal not meant for to make the mistakes, to correct the mistakes, you know? So for me, I just thought, why do we always have to criticize everything that's ours? How many times have we ever seen Nigerian army parachuting from anywhere? The first time, I expected us to be proud of them. Also, we even have parachutes. So we even have our young men and our young women doing this. That's what I expected to hear. Not the constant, hey, see what they have done. Hey, this Nigeria, the government, look at it. And they landed on a tree. They land on trees too. Uncle and auntie, it's okay. And I hear winds also affect these parachutes. Yeah. So maybe they had a place that they were supposed to land, and we have strong winds in the north. Everybody knows that. Who knows if we move them into that place? No, you carry video, and you are now screaming as if they are throwing bombs in the air.
But sometimes when you have trainings, people read the weather report. They know how much wind you have, how fast is it, how slow it is, how much sunshine we're gonna have, how much, you know. These are the factors you put in place before you carry out some kind of training. Number one. Number two, she talked about remote areas. We could have, Zuma Rock is there. If you want to land on Zuma Rock.
Don't mind them.
No, but
please, what military training do you have? Where are you talking from? As a military?
As an observer.
As an observer.
As an observer, I'm saying that, is it possible they could have landed in a more remote area than
Is it possible that the wind, that the change in the wind redirected their landing?
I think it would have been ideal for them to land where they wouldn't have so many people being able to record. I think that trainings, the military needs to preserve the air, that look of
aura of
supernatural superpower.
Thank you.
We need to see the military and be like, that's our military. Now, of course, we know that when you are going through trainings, there will be several failures on the journey. It's part of the journey, but we don't want to see it.
Yes,
because we need to believe that our military
is
will fly down, they will swim through, they will jump through, they will break
your problem is Hollywood.
So it's not Hollywood. It guides your perception, because what you believe, you become. And when we start to believe it is possible, this was really, really hilarious to watch. Like, I was shocked, like, hope somebody died trying to do that, only to get online and realize that, okay, parachute landing during training can be a bit, it can be wonky.
This guy is landing.
But not expected from military display in the center of Abuja, you know. So it's sort of, even we're facing we're fighting a guerrilla warfare. We have people that are within us that are not for us and watching us and seeing our weaknesses. So you don't expose yourself like that. So that people be like, is this what they will land at Lasambisa Forest? They will be landing anyhow. So it's important that we preserve that image of military superpower, invisibility, even though we know they are human beings. And why are Nigerians like this? Joy Shanumi? The commentators and all of those that were making, hey, I did not capture it. Hey, I was just wondering, every human being that holds a phone feels they're a reporter. And sometimes you need to understand that whatever you post online goes viral, and it impacts how people think and behave. So we need to be responsible users of social media space. We need to be responsible people where we are recording.
It even affects how people outside look at us.
Yes.
Is that your military?
You will record, you will not
tomorrow now,
because you know the
tomorrow now, Liberia or one other country have issues. We want to send this military and like, wait, is it not you that are jumping over?
Well, articulated talk. And I like the part where perception is everything. We have a war in our hands. Our enemies cannot afford to be seeing us rehearse or see our weaknesses. We need to preserve that. We don't see the Americans doing their trainings. Those things are supposed to be shielded in secrecy. It's like you coming to the public to strip your masquerade. A masquerade that people believe they are the gods, they are spirits, and then you strip them and show people how you dress them up and how you do that. Nobody will respect the masquerade when they come outside. There are certain things that should be done, and the army is such an important unit that is not, you hardly see them. We are presenting ourselves in such a way that anybody can talk to an army official anyhow, talk to an army officer anyhow. Just is it because you are wearing uniform? I can pull that uniform from your body. We are the ones making that mistake. So the government needs to take a lesson from this. You cannot, hold human beings who are probably having a very hard time that day and they see something to make them laugh and you say they should not post videos. We are still maturing to that part where we understand how to use social media. We're not there yet. So protect the army. Show us we want to see your strength. We don't want to see your mistakes. Show us your strength. Give us that faith in you that our army is genge. And please don't make us laugh and come and complain we're laughing.
This reminds me of a conversation I'd heard on an American television where they were just talking about how people were in our homes and we watch these Olympians and athletes and sports people and we're like, see the way she, especially all those ice skaters, like see the way she did her leg. She could not even bend the leg very well. Meanwhile, you, just to get out from your car, they have to hold you down to get off your own car. But we are the masters of everything, the way everything is supposed to be in our own corner, in Ajegunle or in Lekki or wherever we are. We have never even seen a real life parachute in our lives. We don't even know how it works. I have to read this. So wind certainly affects the flight pattern. The wind pushes on the parachute, causing it to be moved in the direction of the wind with whatever speed it is pushing. So until I hear from the military, I am not going to sit down here and say, why did you do it like this? I have never held on to a parachute. All I know is what happens in the movies. And the movies, before they get to that point, there's so many rehearsals that must have taken hours and hours of rehearsals. There are many takes and shots. And to say we don't see American, when you go to their country, ask them for those that see, so that they can tell you. You don't see because you are not in that country. But they have incidences like this, and we hear about them sometimes. The Queen's funeral that happened just a few days ago, we saw all those their soldiers that are supposed to be standing, nothing touches them. We saw 4 people fall down flat on their faces. Auntie, it does not matter. The thing is, and we saw instead they didn't get criticism. They were congratulated and celebrated for their strength, even in their weakness. And that is what I would like for us to do. Our children are seeing this. They're hearing this sort of thing. What are we teaching them? They just criticize Nigeria, no matter how they try. And then these are our children. Who are these military men? They are our sons, they are our husbands, they are our fathers, and we're constantly just bringing them down every time they try. Don't you want them to do better?
Thank you for taking us there, because interestingly, I was just saying the other day why I was upset that how Nigerians were criticizing the NDLE. It wasn't so much of NDLE, I was upset because these are young boys waking up every single day, young men waking up every day, going to fight criminals, trying to crack down on barons, and here we are criticizing the work they've done. So I hear you, you're absolutely correct. We must celebrate ours. But the covert nature that Tokpo was talking about, these things shouldn't be done on the open. So if it's actually practiced, what we should be seeing you doing on that day is what you've already practiced.
Yeah, so
but practicing in town. So you're right, we maybe need to talk to the military.
I will never forget one report of an American military plane just bursting in flames where people were from practice. It happens, mistakes happen, and we must recognize that, not to always call it, oh, Nigeria, and condemn us all the time.
So I'm of the opinion that when you want to do a practice of that nature, there are people that you cordon off areas, you can have people on ground, because you know you cannot control what will happen. You know it's practice. You know that these things, people will record videos. You know what can happen. So the conversation is, you are not allowed to record this practice going on. People can complain, you don't allow us to record. People go to, there are some places you go to in military places, bases around the world where you are not allowed to record anything. You don't hold your phone because we don't want to be seen.
Yes.
As we don't want you to push our weakness outside. It's about planning. So even the wind, you know, of course you cannot capture everything to the T, but you can pre-plan that, okay, the wind is going to go this way. Okay, these are the things that we're going to expect to happen. I'm of the opinion that the innocent, hard-working Nigerians that are probably definitely hurting, because that video, my mouth was open because I was
afraid for them.
Feel the men, the one that they say maybe landed on the tree, or the one that landed, the video we saw, there was a man that sort of like crash landed on the floor.
What part of your body did you land on? That tree one.
You know, so for me it is, are they being taken care of? You know,
Okay.
are
But
they
Gino, can you help me
acknowledging and respecting the fact that these people, when we, in all this our social media laugh and all of that, everybody are making noise online. Are you thinking of the fact that these are somebody's children, you know, and they are learning?
I have one question.
And practicing so that they can better serve us. Okay. And all of that.
Could you both of you answer this question for me, please? When you're learning something, is there room to make mistakes?
Of course.
Our military officers, when they are learning something new, are they allowed to make mistakes?
Learn it covertly.
Yeah, I'll get to covertly. Are they allowed to make mistakes?
Of course, they are human beings.
Do mistakes happen in America, in London, everywhere that we like to go?
Yes.
Fantastic. Covertly, we talked about the wind direction. If we know that wind direction moves, and if they are first timers, or for some reason it moved them and they were not able to, was it the whole parachuters that we saw falling that way? We saw a few. The people in London that fell during the Queen's funeral, 4 people fell. Was it all of them that fell? No.
And you probably didn't know what the commentator said online.
No, it does not even matter. No, I read, yes, people speak, but I also read comments of how they celebrated them, they understood them. So our own is, we have to give room for people to learn, to make their mistakes while they are learning. We talk about that for ourselves as well. We say, try and make your mistakes, do your things even while failing, you learn from them. If you're not allowed to make mistakes, then why would you even try at all?
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, this issue is actually deeper than this issue of that versus parachute. It's really about the Nigerian conscience and how we take things and how we celebrate our things. Let's go on a break. We'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insight.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the video that went viral concerning the Nigerian army while they were practicing for the October 1st rehearsals. I know that you want to say
so
something.
I remember the first time I went to New York City, the hotel we checked in, just put their local television, and I saw a panel of different people. They sat down and they were tearing their government down. They were breaking it down. There was a part of New York that they didn't have clean water to drink. There were some shootings that had happened the week before we got into the country. When I saw them, I was like, whoa, okay, so these people criticize their people. I think the idea for criticism, especially for bodies and organizations and people, is to hold them to a higher standard. It's not because we are not patriots. We love, me, I can't live in another country. Even if I go on vacation and I come back, my home is my home. I would love to see my army respected. I would love to see my police officers respected. I would love to see them carry that value, that dignity that they had growing up, where some of us were picking, want to be a soldier, want to be, now you don't hear kids say things like that. I want us to get to that point. And we will hold them to a higher standard. Not because we don't like them, not because we don't see the sacrifices they are making, but because we want them to make it better. We want them to do all due diligence. You are not going to be complacent because you did not read a weather report. You are supposed to read weather reports. If we see the mistakes, we'll point it out so that next time you will do it better. Not because we don't love you, but we want you to be better so that we can be proud of you. However, when I saw those people in New York talking about their government, the American government, they were criticizing back to me, and my husband just sat down. I said, like, so this happens here as well. The difference is they don't shoot their own outside their place. They find a way to cover it. So Nigerians would learn not to quickly go on social media and broadcast it. You can watch it and, find a way to, I don't know if there is any platform where you could send your criticisms to. Maybe like the army will have their website where you can go and write their comments. So we need to learn. Yes, we need to learn. I don't know. We need to learn to go there, go to those sites, make those reports, and not come and hear an officer defend it, take the feedback, and then work on it. Why people don't complain is because the next minute you hear them defending all the action. So, I think
that Biden almost fell off on the plane.
They say
so there's also this, and it happened globally. We all saw it. We watched it.
So I agree with you, which is criticism is important, but more than anyone, because you're the person that does, you're a coach and everything. You know that there's a difference between criticism and mockery.
Yes,
I know. Good. All right.
So in this case, sometimes how you say it is important, and what we're saying here is not that what we saw and the way it was done was the most appropriate way. Like the feedbacks that we got, it's not like it's the ideal way to do it, but was it from the place? Where did it come from? Where did it come from? What was the intention? When you were recording it, it could have been that they were recording so that they can say, wow, that would have been why you recorded it. For example, in Nigeria, I've never seen parachute in Nigeria being flown. I've never seen it. So if I see it, I'm going to record it probably with the intention of being amazed and sharing this.
Which is where
you will see it on the 1st of October.
Which is where I was taking us to. Because as much as after we talk about the flowery part of why did they do that, let's go back to the intention of that video, which is about what exactly did you just want to laugh at the Nigerian army? Now this is an army that helped in Sierra Leone. This is in NECO. This is an army. Yes, in our own country they haven't done much with Boko Haram. Yes, they're doing a lot. No, in Nigeria, wait. They are doing a lot. But the Nigerians feel that because we still have insecurity, they've not done enough. But we see the work they do.
And because we don't really highlight positives.
We magnify and amplify the negative. So the point is that we as a people need to change the way we share our stories. We need to change the way, and if that person had recorded out of being wild, we'll just record it and just stay put and calm down. And when you realize the army is safe, you run and go, oh, are you okay? Are you fine?
Oh, how beautiful would that have been?
Yes. So you are looking at them in awe, like, wow, fantastic, well done. Are you okay? Do you need any help? And the person stands up and you're like, oh, Nigerian army, dusted off, feel proud. But here,
you have just taught
the end. We didn't record it.
I know.
And that's why we're doing this show. No. What do we do? Media reorientates people.
Yes,
Media
I love that you just
know what they're supposed to do. People don't know. People behave based on what they see around them. And what we see is bring your phone and record it and do this. So that's where it will go viral. But what if we are now using this as an opportunity to say, well, you see such a thing, you should understand and have an emotion, have that
appreciate.
Appreciate.
If it was an Oyibo country now, they will say, oh my goodness,
Let there be appreciation. Let there be compassion in how you deal with with people that are.
They even take a picture with the guy that fell down. Let's take a picture.
Right.
He just comes
Okay, so
out.
I'm happy that you did this because, as you said, many times it's because we don't know what to do. We just keep repeating a pattern over and over again. What you have just done for me is that you have just changed the pattern.
Yeah.
So people now know differently. They understand that when you see a situation, go there and lead with compassion, lead with kindness.
Yes.
And just imagine if it was your younger brother that had been called to join the military and he had called you a day before. We are going parachuting today. I hope you get to catch. You know, and then to hear that everybody's laughing.
You can even change the life of that army. Say, thank you for defending our country. I just want to greet you. I know you guys work so hard.
Those are the
I know,
things that
thank you because I know you are the front lines for us. And you know, these are the things we learn.
Yes, and I like the fact that we're going to be learning it. But
let me quickly take pause. Let me take this call from Chinyere. Good morning, Chinyere. Are you there? Hello, Chinyere. You are live.
Hello. Yes.
I can't hear you.
How's everybody doing?
Good morning. It's so hard to hear her. Go ahead, please, Chinyere.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now. A little bit better, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you, ladies, for this initiative. Your View is a wonderful program.
Thank you. I can hardly hear you. Go ahead.
Awake.
It's not you, Chinyere. It's just the studio that needs to increase the volume. Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Chinyere. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I want to thank you for this initiative.
You're welcome.
Your View. Because
Thank
it's a
you.
good program. And this is my first time calling in.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So, I actually wanted to talk about yesterday's conversation, but that's okay. Today, when we talk about the military, I saw that video. I don't know if I was to laugh or to cry. If you remember Nigeria, we are filled with humor. Even the things that we're not supposed to make fun of, we make fun of it. I guess it's just because of the state of the country. So we try to make out humor out of everything. But sometimes we have to go beyond that level. We need a lot of education. We need a lot of enlightenment. Like you rightly said, if you stay overseas, when somebody like that falls, the first question is, are you okay? They are calling 911. They are calling paramedics to make sure that that person that fell is not injured.
That way.
Thank you.
But not in our country. When somebody falls, people gather like that, and it's not ideal. We need to improve. And I want to thank you all one more time.
Thank you, Chinyere. Thank you.
So when you said this message, say me, I laughed when those British soldiers fell down. No, I even saw Prince Abi King Charles stagger. I thought he had vodka. So everybody can laugh. You cannot stop people from laughing. However, I like the fact that now we are beginning to reorient people to know the best things to do in situations like that. But it will not be easy if you expect empathy from somebody who doesn't have empathy, from somebody who has not been shown empathy, from somebody who does not have a sense of identity.
Yep, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah, exactly, you can't give what you don't have. So while we are trying to, support our officials, our security agencies, our military, the police, let them also have a form of dignity in themselves that will give us that, that will encourage us to support them the more. So let's, those things that they do that we see, that makes us think, is this a policeman? Is this a military man? See how they are behaving outside. They too need to take responsibility for their behavior, for how people see them. Because I remember growing up vividly. It was a thing of pride to be a soldier. I'm not kidding. We had people who would come home, after how many years of going to fight somewhere else representing Nigeria, and the whole village will gather to celebrate them. They had a form of dignity. They need to get it back.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
They need to get it back. So there's a lot of work to be done on both ends. While we Nigerians are trying as much as possible to take responsibility, they too should take responsibility in how we perceive it.
And very good. I agree with you, but I just do not think that this case is what will bring the talk of dignity because they fell on a tree. But I want to take these two different tweets. There are two different opinions, and I just think it's important. So Emmanuel says, one of the few times I disagree with Miriam, paratrooping has been perfected for close to a century now. As someone who knows that tarmac landing was pure incompetence, symptomatic of the Nigerian rot in the armed forces, like discretionary payment of personnel allowances. And I think that's a valid point. But Mustafa Rukaya says, thank you, ladies. I align with Miriam. Independence Day celebration is to hold at the Eagle Square, where they crashed is the Federal Secretariat opposite the Eagle Square. So please, the military hasn't done anything wrong. They are practicing in the right place. God bless our military. So she has given us context that could have,
So we're taking the conversation more to how we regard our security agencies.
And more importantly, how you push the narrative. We talk about NDLEA a lot under the current leader because there is a systemic series of actions. The successes are also highlighted. You can succeed and you don't highlight it. You can succeed and nobody hears about it. But in the NDLEA, when every success happens, it is reported, followed back to back. With the military, we rarely hear. It's convenient to say that we don't want to tell you what we're doing, we don't tell you our strategy, we don't want to share this opinion, but you must learn to control the narrative. So when this thing happened, I would have expected that
there was a press release.
Yes,
there was a press
release.
release.
We didn't have them everywhere. Like, give interviews, explain what is happening. Let us know what
they told us.
Release video showing this is what usually happens. This is normal thing. So there's a press release, but I'm saying, like, when you control the narrative means that you're engaging people. So and you know what the police did with Uday, what's his first name?
Benjamin. No.
Is it David?
David Uday. We need to see more of that, where you are on Twitter with them. As they give you one, you are explaining them. There's a conversation.
Nigeria Army is defending our country. Let me take this call from Shegun. Shegun Okiaro. Good morning from Okiaro. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I'm here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Shegun, calling from Okiaro.
Yeah.
Geographically in Oyo State. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Kudos to you, ladies.
Thank you, sir.
I like the work you are doing. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Now, about the parachuting from the airplane that we are discussing. Now, I think the problem with Nigerians is that we really don't analyze issues very well or look deeper into it. Now, such things are not even supposed to be made to the public. You can imagine the Federal Secretariat at Abuja is under siege by Boko Haram or bandits. The military will not tell the public that we are coming to attack them and so on and so forth. They will just take them by surprise. So I'm sure they must have done their homework very well, practice and so on, as the lady Miriam, I think, and you said earlier. And on this day, which was start Wednesday or was this yesterday, anything can happen. Some mistakes are bound to be made, and one of the mistakes is the one hanging on the tree. So it really doesn't matter much that you have that kind of percentage of mistakes. Right. The most important thing is that the public is not supposed to know when the army is going to attack anybody claiming the Federal Secretariat under siege.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shag. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a few more tweets and then we wrap up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, The pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to...
That's the level.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to take a few comments on social media on this topic before we wrap up.
Yes, and I also wanted to make a case for the military because Tokwe had mentioned that we don't hear from them as much, but the truth is we do. So like every time I read newspaper review, like the NDLEA, they give us like two weekly reports. The military does that consistently. And one of the things I hear Nigerians always, we like to use that, we don't hear from them. Sometimes we don't listen, we don't go to where the information is, especially look at what happened with NDLEA and that misinformed and uninformed tweet that went out and was retweeted over the way that the NDLEA handled the process of burning that cocaine. And even though the NDLEA had made many, had put up many messages on Twitter, that's on social media, on television, on radio. I remember their spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, was on Twitter Spaces. Like everyone was there to ask questions, and you were not part of any of that conversation. Then you woke up one morning and you decided, why don't I put out this tweet? And it was just so wrong. And that's the thing. These people are putting out information. If you have not got to the place that they have put the information there, you have not asked the question, then you have no right to put out information that you have no basis.
Can we even have a look at the people, the caliber of people putting out this information?
The
ordinary Nigerians who are just hustling and trying to make ends meet, who do not even know any better, are the ones doing this video and posting on.
No, but there's also
no, because they have access to the phone, the data, and all of
the
that.
person that started the tweets is
I'm talking about the tweets right now. I'm talking about this video now. If both of us video that thing, there's a way we put it out, even if we want to do that, because we have that knowledge. So can we make room for those people who are still on the ground coming up and try to understand them as well?
Let me take this call, then we wrap up. Good morning, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, what I wanted to say about this military parachute or something. The thing is that military is something that everybody knows that is very, very important in every country. On their training, let me just say, from instance, the one you do at the reorientation in Nigeria, you don't even say where people or where public can see. Now you can see the whole military, the Nigerian military, now doing something in a public. You know, we are all human beings. There's no way somebody can see something that will make him to laugh at no laugh. So the laugh is something that you cannot just control that person to not laugh.
Right.
When you see something that will make you laugh, you will laugh.
Yeah.
No matter anyhow.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Iberi.
The military should know.
Thank you. Let's take a few comments and we run off.
Yes, so September Production says no paramedics on ground to care for them. What they did was very risky on the military themselves. Chase Richard said, more so, let's call it what it is. Nothing is planned properly in the country. Calculate the flight path, feet and altitude of the aircraft, wind pattern and distance to the landing zone before eject. Shegun.
Okay, let me wrap up because I do recall that the military did send out a press release saying that if you see operatives or any of our military men within the metropolis, that don't be scared.
Be afraid, yeah.
Don't be afraid because we are actually just rehearsing. They said it and we mentioned it on this show. So we as people, just like Mariam said, we don't look for information.
But we were not afraid now.
Yeah,
it was laughing.
You were mocking them. You were mocking them. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, wrap up.
So the point is, they did give us information. Now, the two things, when we see things like this, as our caller said, it's funny, right? Okay, fine, you can laugh at it. But the intention when you post a video such as that, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to celebrate the efforts of the military? You're trying to put them to shame. Is this a mockery or is this a celebration of who they are? That's what we should. That's the narrative that must change as a nation. If we're going to pull this nation together, it's not just about the military, the government, it's about we the people. How do we share our story is the real conscience. So we reference the NDLA, we reference the military, even the police. How we treat them. A police officer stops you and you're just sizing him up. Why are you to talk to me? Why are you stopping me? You know, respect, because we need them. So we can't have a society without these people.
True.
So please let us respect the officers of the law and ensure that wherever they goof, we'll definitely say they goof. Whenever they are doing their job, please adhere to understand that they are doing their job.
Celebrate.
That's all we can take. When we come back, we'll bring in our celebrity guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thank you for staying with us. Our celebrity guest is a Nollywood actor, movie producer, social influencer, model, social influencer, comedian, brand ambassador, famously recognized as Baba Rex. Welcome with us, Itinosa Rex Okunzawa. In the building. How you doing?
Great, I'm great.
So there's so much happening with you. You got a new house,
a new car.
You know, your wife is due. You know, you're just things are happening. Please give us. Is this soap they have?
Cut soap for us.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? What's happening?
Well, I'm okay. Well, what will I say? Yeah, I got a house. I got a car. I mean, these are the reason for the hustle now. Yeah. So, but it's been a long time coming now, so it's not like it just happened overnight.
Yeah.
So we've been planning for
People
it.
forget that you actually work towards something, that it doesn't just happen.
So it's a step-by-step, no jumping process for me. So.
But you just gave it to us back to back, Sha.
Yeah.
Like you were waiting that to release this.
Had to launch this.
Yeah. I told myself, like when I was trying to get a house, I said no, I won't change my car until I have the house.
So where did you get the house? On the island or mainland?
On the island.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I got the house, I said, okay, it's now time for me to change the car. So I did.
Because have you done housewarming? Because I'm
No,
confused.
not
Jollof.
yet. I'm doing funny shit. So when I'm done, I'll do
Okay, so how did you break the news that there's been a lot of controversy after that news dropped on social media? That, are you sure? When did acting start paying like this? Because they've seen a lot of people in the industry still trying to make ends meet. How did you drop the news like that to make it seem like it was just automatic?
Well, maybe because of how I, dropped it. Like someone will be expecting that after I drop the house, I'll wait for a very long time before I drop the car. But me, I know myself, I know the hustle. Like, I'm not explaining to anybody. Those that really know me, know the hustle. Some people came to me and like, yo, Rex, you deserve this. We know how. But see, I don't sleep at night, man. I'm a content creator. I work hard. Like, anything I own, I can post it anywhere. I can say it anywhere, like my full chest, because I know the hustle. I know how I grind. I know how I create. I know how I think. So the people that would judge are people that do not know the hustle. Do you understand? They don't even know, like, if you tell somebody this is what I made from content creation, nobody's like, I'm not lying.
I just want to know how you met
There's money there.
How did you meet that your fine wife? How did she even say yes to you?
I don't understand.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's why I married her. Yeah, because when she came, I was nothing. I was just, grinding.
When did you meet? How did you meet?
I met my wife 2013. I joined the industry 2010. Okay. So by 2013, nothing was happening. It was just normal guy struggling, So the only reason why I married my wife because she believed in my dream. You understand?
And you love her.
I love her, of course. And she just knew that one day it will happen. You understand? She just believed that one day. So, me, I would tell her, babe, calm down. It go be. Buy this, day, calm down. So she just believed that and she was patient with me. She supported me.
You're spoiling her silly.
I'm trying my best.
But I want to ask, was it necessary for you to post about the house and the car? And the reason is, sometimes we think that we're motivating people, and some would think that you're just flaunting, and that you didn't need to do it.
Show off.
Yeah, showing off. But why did you do it?
Okay, so people that really know me will know that I'm not a show-up kind of guy. First of all, this is the first time I'm going to say this. People feel like this is the first time he's a landlord now in Lagos. I've been a landlord in Lagos since 2009. I'm just saying it here for the first time, right? So that kind of property that I had, I am signed to a real estate company, King's Real Estate. So it's part of promotion for the company. This company, they give me money. I'm their ambassador. I'm promoting their properties. So if I buy property from the real estate company, why won't I show it? So I mean, since I posted my house, I know how many people have contacted the company. The place I bought the car, I influenced for them. JT Rex Autos in America. So now I bought the car for my wife from them. I didn't post it, but my wife posted it. I tagged them. So now I'm buying a car from them. And since I posted that car,
more sales.
Mad. I'm not joking. So people don't understand. So if you come and ask me, that's what I'll tell you. So it's not about showing off. It's business for me too. Because now I'm sure they will want to pay me again, and business is going for me. So that's it. So it's not.
How is the influencer business? I mean, people seem to be buying houses and cars. I'm thinking, wait, we need to be. How we don't understand.
7 million followers. Right?
We never reach.
So what would you say has brought you this number of followers? Is it your content creation or is it your Nollywood movies?
Well, I think it's the content creation thing. I think so. I have followers from the Nollywood, But the content creation really, changed the whole thing, blew me out, especially that Corona period. That was it for me. I took
at that period all the content
advantage. Yeah. So when people were complaining about Corona, I think Corona was like a blessing to me because that was, I stayed in the house for 3 months. I started creating content in the house.
Okay.
Everybody was watching. Sometimes I'll look for who to use. I'll use my wife, shoot the content.
Yeah.
So
when men say there's a casting down.
But people now, there are lots of content creators out there, and people are still trying to make a headway. There's just so many. What do you think? What are the new skills you've learned in this industry that you like to share with a few people who are trying to become content creators like you?
Okay, first of all, I'll tell them not to copy. Yeah. One thing about me, I don't know if you follow my content very well. My content has this sexual thing in my content. Go check. People feel like this boy is raw, this boy talks about sex, this boy talks about this and that. It's a style that I started building.
Why?
I didn't change.
Okay,
I know how many people have unfollowed me because of that now. But I don't say it's paying my bills, I don't care. I have 370,000 subscribers. They all love me because of that. If I create a content and I don't say some things, they will come and remind me in the comment section, Baba, you didn't say these things. So even if you say I am raw, but you won't hear those raw words. I create words. Imagine me saying, your body, they do mele mele. What's mele mele? But I'll make you feel like that's the meaning. Do you understand? So over time, you come there and say, mele mele. So I create those words by myself. So I feel like what's affecting most content creators right now, they're trying to copy, try to be like this person. Okay. Do you understand me? And when you do that,
find originality.
So when you drop a content and somebody say, this content now, so person, they like to be like, you now begin to look like somebody. But I mean, there are some people that will drop content today. They will tag Baba Rex. Baba Rex idea, now Baba Rex idea. So
see, this comedy in Oyo State, do they cook something for people inside? Do they teach you? Because I don't know. We have a co-host that makes us laugh all the time.
From that way, I don't know. I think it's just a gift. We can't be losing on every angle now. So, I mean, another one God to bless us. I mean, Oyo State for entertainment.
So they have a camera crew permanent in the house, or you just have somebody recording you at home, or how do you go about it?
Okay, I have cameras, but it can't be one person because at the time when you're ready, this person is not ready. When you want to shoot, this person might be busy. And me, the way I create my content is when I have the idea, I shoot it immediately. So that's why most of the time I use my phone. Most of the content I create, I use my phone because the cameraman might not be there, and if I don't shoot it out immediately, like I'll lose it. I have one belief in my mind that when God give you something to do, if you don't do it at that particular time,
another person gets it.
And that's why you see someone will say something. This thing now they think about something I don't do. Like,
it happens to me all the time.
Like, when it gets to me and I need to do this thing, I just do it immediately. Yeah, that's it.
So I wanted to ask about some people are watching you right now. They want they want the life. It's not about envy, it's not about jealousy, it's just you inspire them. And they are currently acting, but they don't want to must you do content creation in the convention? This is what is going on right now. Can't you just be acting and you're just facing professional actor? Must you do content?
Okay, with the way the industry right now, I like people moving with the train. Right? When you say content creation, you must not be funny. Create content does not mean you have to create comedy. There are different things that you can create. Do you understand? That's where people miss it. Everybody must not be funny. And if God bless you with the idea of having a funny story, don't try to play the lead. That's where people miss it. I can shoot a story and carry a character that will be the lead and give it to another person to play. It's not like you featuring me, Baba Rex, come and be in my story. I come to your story and you are playing the lead. You want me to play under you. And at the end of the day, it comes out, it didn't come out well. Do you understand me? But I can play that thing for you. It's still going, the credit is still going to you. And me, I will project you. They don't understand how it works. Do you understand me? So that's my idea. You feature somebody, the person goes, my idea. What do you your idea? You need a higher person to push you. That's how it is.
You need to pick
so I think that's the mistake most content creators are making.
So are you open to affiliations with people that
yes, if it's good. I'm saying it here and they know. I've rejected some. You know why? They come and bring the same pattern that I am doing. I think I've conquered that part. So if you want me to do something,
it's a fresh part.
Something fresh so that we can do. So first thing I do is, I want feature you, I have the time. Send me a voice to tell me the story. Even if you meet Don Jazzy today, now Don Jazzy will tell you, Baba, I want to send me. He will look at, send me 3. He will choose 1. So if I see the one that is okay with me, the one that fits, because as the level I am now, I can't put up a bad content. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not say trying to please you and displease myself. It will make sense. But when I do the content, I tell you I won't post. You now start getting angry.
What do you do to relax? Sorry, quick.
Yeah, so how do you stay focused on your path? So some people get a lot of temptations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on, and this one I the rain now, me will do am. On that one I the rain now, me will do am. But it takes a form of discipline to reject some things that are not in alignment. How do you stay that consistent?
Okay, so the first thing that we always want to distract you first is somehow women, you know. Women. I married on time. You know, while I was growing up, I told myself, I said I was going to marry on time because I have a close relationship with my late dad. All right? And I said, the woman who I go marry, and I go born for me. I don't want to have heat everywhere. That's my own. Like God knows, I said it before. Do you understand? So because I am a family man, if you think of the bills, it's enough reason for you to be focused. I have 3 kids. Do you understand?
What if those other ones come in are giving you money, but you've decided this is my style?
Okay. I would maintain. See, the thing that gives me money, that's what I would maintain on.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my focus.
You already found it, so why change?
So you're a happy married man?
Yes, I am.
Because the truth is that we have a lot of married men who are happy. We don't meet a lot of them because there's always scandalous men we see. So it's good to hear that you're a happy married man. When people make passes at you, do you have temptations? Do you have somebody that is disturbing you on the side? I mean, do you get those temptations, and how do you overcome those temptations?
Temptation was come. Temptation is every day. Temptation is every day. Shout out to my wife. She's giving me close marking.
Yes. Close marking.
Close marking.
How should they close marking?
Close marking is she knows I'm a bad guy.
Tell us confession.
No, I mean she knows I'm a bad guy. She knows that. If you this guy go lose God, you don't understand me. And I see things that happen every day on social media. So me, I don't want to be a victim. I don't want anything that will come and scatter my home. So sometimes, if I want even reasons, no,
just remember.
I do my own JJ, they go. So, but temptation, yeah. I mean, we face temptation every day now. It's part of life. So
what, do they slide into your DMs? What do they do?
No, they slide into your DM now. Some will even tell you face to face now.
Wow.
I didn't know we have women that are that confident.
No, they'll tell you.
Let me watch this clip of you. Let me just call in your clip so people can even see you at work.
See you in action.
See you in action.
I have told you, and I'm saying it again. I do not want any.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. we need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC.
Oh my God.
So,
hey!
What's a housemate?
Yeah. What do you mean? I don't like discrimination. What do you mean?
What's a housemate?
You now beg the husband, I don't want to give.
I know the other was saying no.
No, you really are. So these are kind of the unique content that you have. What are you working on? What's coming up so we can know what Baba Rex is working on?
Okay, so I have a series I'm doing. It's called Oyo State. On the 1st, which happens to be tomorrow, I'll be showing the last episode for season 2. So I'm trying to plan for this season 3. I have a movie that I did. We are in the post-production right now. It's titled Senior Man. Yeah. So that's what I'm
fantastic.
Well done. But as it says, it's actually the hello and mele that made me start following him, not the Nollywood.
Anything else? All right. So it's such a pleasure having you. Thank you so much. I regards to your wife. You didn't talk much. You're still coding this your wife thing.
No, but
we see a lot of it.
But let me just one last question. Do you advise close backing for men? Like, do you believe that a woman should?
Does it work on? Yeah.
Closely mark.
Yeah. Because we get easily distracted. You understand? So when I mean close mark, it's not the problem. That's not the type.
Yeah,
please tell us
someone that will just remind you of some kind of thing of who you are. Don't jump.
And the bills.
They will not be telling you, women, or maybe she sees something on social media. If one girl scatter somebody's family, we say, see, one girl now just come and scatter our family. You don't want that. So you don't want that. And all those, those reality checks.
Please don't let any girl come scatter your family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please, I have a small favor.
Okay, yes. Happy birthday to somebody.
My pastor, today is his 50th birthday, and I would like you guys, Pastor Bayo Olugbemi, PICP Province, Lagos Province 21 of the RCCG, is currently the CEO, First Registrars and Investor Services, and the immediate past president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Very, very smart guy, the cha-cha guy. So please help me wish my pastor.
Happy birthday!
I didn't know on time. I would have said it earlier, but please, many happy returns.
Thank you for all the good work you're doing, Mariah. It's showing.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure having you. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.